and welcome to our Circle of Light movement live for today. I'm Lucy Brand.
And I'm Natasha Harris, really excited to be here and to be streaming our very first Circle of Light movement kind of tips and tools, if you like. So I'm just going to share this to a couple of my feeds while Lucy introduces today's talk.
Yes, so today we really wanted to talk about stepping into love because it's very much needed at the moment, especially with all the chaos that's going on externally. We're going to talk about why it's important to step into love and how you can step into love even though things might seem chaotic on the outside. And then the benefits of you stepping into love, what that will actually mean and what that means for your manifesting of your health, wealth, love life, and success. We've also chosen this theme this week because in our mastermind that we're running at the moment, the amazing women that are in there, the theme this week was on love, and they've already seen some incredible results in their business, which we're going to talk about later, whilst focusing on love, self-love in their personal life, whether that's with their relationship, whether that's been their health, and they've seen the benefits of that in their business, as has Natasha and I. So we're going to talk a bit about that later, because as you know, everything is connected. You can't pigeonhole health over here and relationships over here and wealth over there and business here. It's not, it's integrated. It's a beautiful tapestry, and if one area is not performing the way you want it to, it'll be impacting all the rest.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've experienced that in my life, absolutely, and so clearly obvious when I recognize that, and then just making a few shifts and changes in my relationship has really helped me to expand in my business. It's just, it's been quite eye-opening to see how quickly, when we shift another area of our life, how quickly that will manifest in our business or our career or our work, or the other way around. You know, when we shift something around how we work, it can also equally shift our relationships and how we and the quality of the relationships that we have. So it is all interconnecting. There is no specific one starting point in any of that. We have to figure out the piece that we need to look at, shine a light on, and then move forward with that and see how that ripples out into all our other life areas. That is what's truly exciting about the manifesting process.
Exactly. And also, as we know, like if you do want to manifest the life that you desire, business, career, it's all about vibrating on the frequency of love. You don't want to be vibrating on these frequencies of fear. I know there's a lot of that around at the moment. If you're vibrating on fear, guilt, shame, any of those lower vibrations, you're only going to attract more into your life.
Yeah.
If you rise above it, because it is higher up the frequency scale, in love and peace, you'll see huge shifts and changes in all areas of your life. And so if you like today's live, then please follow us on Instagram at Circle of Light Movement and like us on Facebook at Circle of Light Movement. And then you can catch our lives every Friday.
Yeah, that's really exciting. We're going to be talking into lots of juicy gossip topics over the course of the coming weeks and months, just to really build this momentum, this movement that Lucy and I are so passionate about engaging in and creating that change and rippling it out into the world. So if these are conversations that really resonate with you, then please do make sure you subscribe also to our newsletter on our website, www.circleoflightmovement.com, because we will be sharing them there as well if you're not always on social media, which is probably quite a healthy thing. But yeah, as Lucy said, we are in a time of uncertainty all around the world. This isn't just in certain parts of the world. All around the world, we are really in a space of uncertainty. There is so much fear coming from all directions, all angles around our health, well-being, of like looking after ourselves, of, being told what to do and how to do things. And we're really stopping listening to our own intuitive selves and really stepping into this space of love. And yeah, it's so important that we just felt we really had to talk into it today. That when we bring more love to everything we do, everything that we go about, all the actions that we take, no matter how small, if we can infuse those with just a little bit of love and light, then everything starts to change, and we start to resonate more to the frequency of love, but we then start to attract more love and light into our lives as a result. We can only attract what we are resonating to. So if we shift our frequencies and just in small ways start shifting towards love, we will start to see that manifesting and creating in our life very, very quickly. This doesn't have to be about being only love, all love in a moment, like flipping from one thing to the other. It's like, how can we do this in small ways?
Exactly. And it's about choosing love in those moments. It's about taking a deep breath. If you've not got the time to look at your life, then it's about, in that moment, taking a deep breath, releasing it, and how can I choose love in this situation, for myself, for that other person, whoever it may be, or whatever it might be. That's what we mean by stepping into love. It's about making that decision, that choice to choose love over fear, over guilt, over shame. Because the thing is, you are a spiritual being. You are an incredible, powerful manifestor that can create their own life if they choose to focus on that. Yeah. And so you're all powerful. So you have the power to change your life. And the way you do that is by choosing love. Like, love really is all there is and is the answer to everything. It really is. And it may sound a bit abstract. So we're going to talk a bit about how you can infuse love into your life and how you can step into love. But at the moment, we just want to get you on board with choosing love.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've just really also seen it. I think Lucy's already touched on that in our spiritual mastermind, where, you know, we are only in week 2 of this incredible 9-week journey, and the results and the transformations and the inspirational aha moments that are already occurring with these powerful women in the group is quite phenomenal. It's quite spectacular that when we focus on love in the space, and where we invite them to, you know, and Lucy and I as well, you know, this has created a shift in my own experience as well, but it's really creating that transformation. And, you know, this love, this self-love, self-care, self-nurturing, it really came up for me actually in the last week as well. And I'll just share a little bit about that, and how sometimes these things can be quite subtle in us not really realizing, but when we give it a moment of clarity, a moment of awareness, a moment of our time and consciousness, then we can see where we need to really shine the light a little bit more. And what I realized from our conversations in the mastermind last week was, for me, that although I, you know, look after my health, I eat very healthily, food for me is hugely important, as is exercise. I realized that I hadn't been doing my vigorous exercise like cardio, cycling up to Hampstead Heath near where I live in London, to be in the trees and the forest. And I was also kind of like eating a little bit more chocolate. I was eating, you know, drinking wine. I was, you know, not exercising. I was drinking a bit more caffeine. And this week I decided that actually I just wanted to lighten my energies. And also I realized that I was doing these things. I wasn't doing anything in excess. There's actually nothing wrong with what I'm doing. It's just that I've just toned it down a little bit. And this week I have already manifested a new client as a result of, you know, in 4 days, around just looking after myself a little bit more, just tuning into my health and infusing that with a bit more love. Other things have come up as well this week, which have just been real quick manifesting little results and wins, which has been incredible. So yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's just been so beautiful to witness and watch in the spiritual mastermind and the other women. And there's been some lovely feedback already as well about the accountability, and you all know by now that Natasha and I are very big on taking action, aligned action. We don't want you to just sit and meditate all day. And also
doesn't work.
And also with the accountability, but also the support. There's been already huge shifts because of the support, this sisterhood that we've we're creating this movement. And there's been tears, and it's just been beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And to speak into how love in my life has been affecting things. So this week I felt really tired. I don't know whether it's the clocks changing. I don't know whether it's just energetically what's going on in the world right now. But also we've moved house 6 weeks ago, and we haven't stopped. Like, we literally have not stopped. There's always someone to phone, box to unpack, pack, plan, stuff like that. And so I think my body just went, enough. I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. Oh, and we planned and launched the Circle of Light movement in 2 months. Yes, 2 months. It's remarkable. But yes, so, and delivered. But yeah, so it's just a lot. And my body was just tired. So yesterday, I think it was yesterday, yeah, I gave myself the permission to take the morning off. And I tried to do yoga. My body was not having it. So I honored it, and I just got back into bed and I had a nap because I needed it. And then I just decided to just do some things for me, because my body just wanted to be. It didn't want to do anything. It just wanted to be. So I pulled some oracle cards. I stared out my bedroom window because there's beautiful views of the mountains and the hills. And my bedroom's a beautiful space. And then I just wrote some manifesting things, and I just had a really lovely morning. And then when I got up and checked my emails, because obviously I've been raising my vibration because it was one of self-love and honoring myself and my body, that we had another lady apply for the Circle of Light movement to join us. And it was just like, okay, yeah, brilliant. And that's how it works. Like, the thing with manifesting, it's not always tangible. Like, you might feel that, you know, taking a nap has got nothing to do with manifesting more income, but it actually does, because you're raising your vibration. And when you nap, you stop you release attachment. And that's a big problem us humans have. We'll set a goal, or we'll set an intention, and particularly around money, because money is very sticky for a lot of people. You'll set the intention, and then you won't release attachment. You'll be attached to it. If you have a nap, you release attachment because you're not thinking about it, and then you'll find that it probably drops in. But yes, this is what apart from that, I had an amazing afternoon serving my clients, my private clients. They had huge shifts and transformations, and my energy was high. And then I had a lovely chat with Natasha in the evening. So it was great to have all these things, and it was just from taking a morning off.
Yeah, it's so important, isn't it? It's just these little things, and that's the fun of manifesting. That's how fun it can be to manifest, you know, that we can take it off and we can manifest stuff. So this is really about lightness. This is really about stepping into the light and being part of that. So
and I also just wanted to share that this super moon coming up on Saturday, tomorrow, on Halloween, or Samhain, if you're more like me, it's my new year, Samhain. But yeah, the super moon is actually in Taurus, and Taurus is all about self-love. It's all about self-love and also money as well. So this is the best time, because you're being supported in the sky, to shine a light on the areas where you're not being loving and kind to yourself, and your finances as well. Because when it's a full moon, and this is a very super full moon, so it's going to be really powerful, I'm already feeling it, but when it's a full moon, it tends to be endings and completings. And when it's full, it illuminates what's not working, so that you can acknowledge it, release it, and let it go. So I would invite you to look at areas of your life that aren't the way you want them to be, because you're not practicing self-love and because of money things. And then I would write them out, and I would release them under the full moon on Saturday. I would suggest burning them.
Oh, that's really, really lovely. What a nice thing to do. A nice action taking thing to do. So yeah, I really love that. So we've got a few tips that we want to share with you. Just 3 simple things that you can do right now, right here, right today, this weekend, in order to really step up and be love and start resonating and creating that frequency of love within yourself. We've already given you a couple of tips already as we've gone, but the first one really is to identify and to maybe get out a pen and a paper and to really identify small ways in which you're not loving yourself. Like, how are you not showing up in love for yourself? Now, that's in health, as I talked about a bit earlier, in your wealth, as in like how you're loving money and your love for money and wealth of abundance. So that's not just necessarily around money, but also in your relationship. So identifying small ways that you're not showing up and loving yourself. Okay, that's a really very tangible thing that you can do in order just to identify. For me, it was really, really subtle. It was only when I gave it some attention, gave it some of my time to sit and be reflective about it. Where am I not showing myself love? That it really came to me very, very clearly. But it was so quiet. It was kind of subtle that I could have kept going and ignoring that. So really allowing yourself that time, just 5 minutes, just to sit down and ask yourself profoundly, like, where in small ways am I not showing myself love?
And that's it. And that is an act of self-love in itself, because you're taking the time to just sit with yourself and find out what it is you want. What do you want from life? And a lot of people don't have that clarity. They just keep going through life. And so it's so important. If you want to manifest the life that you desire, you've got to get clear on what you want to manifest. Otherwise, you're going to be sending mixed signals to the universe, and then you'll get mixed results. But so the second one is how it's impacting the areas of health, wealth, love, relationships, business, or your career. So where you're not showing self-love to yourself, where is that impacting those areas, and how is it impacting those areas? So what I mean by this is perhaps if you are working in an office at the moment and you have, I don't know, maybe you get a cheeky afternoon donut or a cheeky chocolate bar every day, like, that kind of thing. That's kind of a health thing. Or with money, like, I work with energies a lot. So if there is a lot of guilt or shame around, I don't know, credit card debt or anything like that, then release it and let it go. Like, especially under this full moon, it's perfect. And to do that, you could just write it out. I choose to release this guilt and this fear right now. Another good one, actually, well, not a good one, but another one a lot of people struggle with is fear around money as well. So, and fear is just the absence of love. So like we said, if you're in that situation, choose love. Choose to love yourself more in that situation and forgive yourself for the mistakes. And the same with your business or career. Where are you not loving yourself? That could really be around boundaries. Maybe someone is not treating you the way they should, or maybe you're not treating yourself the way you should and are letting your clients dictate to you when you show up and serve, when it should be the other way around. So that's just a little taster of just looking at where you might not be loving yourself and how it can be impacted.
Yeah. Ooh. I seem to have lost connection. I don't know if I've lost connection or Lucy's lost connection. Oh. Okay.
Sorry about that.
I couldn't work out whether I disappeared or you disappeared.
I don't know. I'm not sure what happened there because I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm plugged in, but yeah. Anyway, that was tip 2. Hopefully you got that. It is Mercury retrograde. So I'm having emails not appearing and all kinds of stuff going on.
That's brilliant. But yes, I think you had just got to the point where you were explaining that, and then I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm live or you're live. Anyway, so so yeah, so it's like really looking at, you know, you could be not showing yourself love in one life area, but when you spend a little bit of time and looking at other life areas, what you might do is suddenly realize that it's actually impacting a completely different life area. What we tend to do, and what I get with my clients all the time, is that they want to up level their business. And so they're focusing only on their business, focusing, and then wondering why they're not getting results. And so what I look at and say, okay, what else is not working here? And we focus on something else. And then all of a sudden the business goes, boom, next level. So this is why it's really important not to isolate things. This is a mistake we make over and over again. If we want to fix something in a particular life area, we focus only on that. And this is what Lucy and I want you to get away from. Start looking at your whole life as a holistic element, and how it is impacting and how other things are impacting that. So the third point is then really thinking about that once you've got some clarity about what those small things are you're doing that not self-loving, and how that's impacting you. What small steps can you do today to take some action? As Lucy's already said, Lucy and I are all about the action. It's not just about sitting and writing and channel writing all day long and meditating all day long and thinking about all the things that are getting in our way. If you are not going to back any of that up by action, nothing is going to change. So what small steps can you take today that is going to bring you more self-love, that you can do to love yourself more, and that's going to impact those life areas that you've identified? So what small bits of action can you take?
Yeah, exactly. And also, I just want to share, once you take that action step, then you'll feel more in control. And I think at the moment, a lot of everything that's going on in the world, a lot of people are feeling that they're not in control of their own lives. So what little things that you can do, it doesn't have to be massive steps, it can be small steps that you can do today to regain control and make you feel in control of your life. That is so important. It really is important right now. Yeah. Because then you'll feel free and you'll feel expansive once you feel control of your own life. Yeah. And just to add to another point that we were mentioning, when what you focus on expands. So what I mean by that, if you choose to focus on fear, it will get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Or if you choose to focus on the fact that your left shoulder hurts, it will get bigger and bigger and bigger because you're tuning into it. What we're asking you to do is shift your focus and tune into love. So whether that's just not thinking about your shoulder for a while, go and get a massage or something like that. But like, it's taking the focus off the thing that you don't want in your life and reframing it. So you're focusing on love to bring in what you do want into your life.
Yeah, absolutely. And this stuff might seem really obvious for those of you that are working around spiritual things and spiritual elements of stuff, but actually it's something that we cannot stop looking at and keep shining a light on, that we need to keep looking at those little things that we are doing that are not in self-love, that are not being in love for ourselves. So we hope you found those tips really helpful. If you're watching this replay through any other means, please leave us a comment, tag us. We will come and answer. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these tips. If you've got anything to share, to add, we would love to hear your voice on this platform. This is what this movement is all about. This is not just about you listening to us. It is about us moving together towards creating change on this planet now for the greater good. We absolutely desperately need it. That is why Lucy and I are so compelled to really create this movement, but also how important it is for us to share how we can be more in love. And more in love and more in love. So, exactly. In all senses of that word.
Yeah, this is a co-creation. Like, this whole thing started as a co-creation with Natasha and I, and our ideas of what we wanted it to be. And now these other women who are currently in our spiritual mastermind have stepped in and stepped up, and we're co-creating together. we're the guides, but we'll support you. But we're on this journey with you. We are standing beside you. This isn't us teaching you anything. This is about you understanding yourself further and listening to your intuition so you can up level in all areas of your life, business or career. And so if you are interested in joining our next spiritual mastermind, which we're so excited about already, it will be next year on February the 1st, which is Imbolc festival called Return to the Light. And so it's quite fitting because Circle of Light movement. And it's all about spring, coming into spring after the darkness of winter. And if you would like to join us, then you can find more details on our website, which is below, www.circleoflightmovement.com. And you can also apply via the website too, because it is by application only, so that we ensure that we're a right fit for you and you're a right fit for the movement.
Absolutely. And if you've got a big vision of being part of this change, then do please go along to the website and apply if you feel this is a right fit for you. You can also please join the movement as well through our Facebook group, Circle of Light Movement, and on Instagram as well at Circle of Light Movement. Please do pop over to our website as well and join and subscribe to our newsletter, where we will be keeping you up to date. We will be sharing these Facebook Lives every week with you if you subscribe. We will not be bombarding you with countless emails, but we do want to keep you informed on how this movement is going. So thank you for those of you that have been watching. Please do comment, please do share. We do love to engage in conversation very much.
Yes, and have an amazing weekend and enjoy the full moon celebrations. Yes. And also, I just want to add as well, like, this is all about fun as well. We want to bring the fun, like Circle of Light movement. It's about fun and dancing in the light, and I think that's what we need more of right now.
Absolutely.
So come and conversation.
Yeah, come and join us. Lucy and I have had so much fun creating this, which is so exciting. Have a super weekend, everybody, and we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, take care.